Good morning. You are welcome to another edition of News Review today on WYTV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, aka Sidon J, you already know. And I'm not in the studio alone, I'm in the studio with...
You know you always see my face every Thursday. I am Oduanya Adelere.
Alright, Oduanya Adelere. The way you mentioned the name there.
Yes, now, I should be proud of my name.
Alright, you know I will do it on News Review every day. We'll talk about the headlines that made up the newspaper. After reading it out, we go on a short commercial break. And when we are back, we'll come back to do justice to some of the headlines and in the newspaper of today. Now, let's start with premium time today. Blackout across Nigeria as national grid collapses. Rush for solid minerals turn farmers into sacrificial lambs in Nasarawa State. Storm Daniel, death toll in Libya raises to 6,000. Then on Punch newspaper, slain soldiers, over 6,000 family members to get insurance claim. ASUU, parents protest as more varsities hike fees. What I dreamt about my son 2 days before his death, Mohbad's father reveals. Suspect abscond with 40.6 million naira goods. Then on the Guardian newspaper, $800 million stock fund. Federal government directs CBN to settle foreign airlines backlog. Federal government conducts computer-based exams for 9,618 public servants. African presidents, global CEOs converge in US for Gabi. 7 killed in India, administered Kashmir gun battles. Then on Daily Post, tribunal judgment, upset in Labour Party over massive sack of lawmakers. Gunmen behead Labour Party chieftain in Abia State. Lagos reps rerun. It's a miracle we get another chance, Banky W. Security alert. You are causing panic. Federal Capitol Police warn residents circulating video. Then on the Nation newspaper, Labour Party knew Obi didn't win. Wole Soyinka. Employers reject NLC's plan to shut down economy. Food, energy prices push inflation to highest level in 18 years. New York barber excited after becoming Davido's personal stylist. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. We are going on a short commercial break, and when we are back, we do justice to some of the headlines. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break, and you know Nokpa Abbas is a sponsor for News Review, so try and patronize Nokpa anywhere you are, and they bring it to you as SAP.
First, we don't disappoint.
Oh no.
Once you just need it, all you just need is a DM away or a call away, and we are right at your doorstep to deliver exactly what you want. Is it about mixture, about tonic, about flusher, about bitter, about energy powder, or about energy flusher? Anyone you need, just now. If everybody never come, me, I will come. What am I doing?
Well, today the first headline we are going to be looking at is about the blackout across Nigeria as national grid collapses. What is going on?
You see that I was laughing immediately. He said blackout as national. I think it was still last week. Was it not last week or 2 weeks ago that we were still celebrating 400 days? Just 400 days that the national grid did not collapse. Not even knowing that
it's going to happen.
I told you something about Nigeria. I said, Nigeria, we don't celebrate. Don't be overhyping
things.
When the Super Falcons wanted to go and play for the World Cup, when everybody were hyping them, at the end of the day,
They collapsed.
Nothing. Now we're hyping our national grid that it's been over 400 days that there was no blackout, national grid did not collapse. At the end of the day, what happened now?
It seems there are some village people that is behind all these things.
It's not village people. Once you know your problem, you won't have problem again.
Well, Nigerians were on Thursday morning thrown into darkness after the national grid system collapsed. The system is operated by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, from Oshogbo, Osun State rather. Some of the nation's distribution companies confirmed that the grid collapsed in the early hours of Thursday as most of their feeders are out. The Enugu Electricity Distribution Company (PLC) (EEDC) in a statement said that a total system collapse occurred at 12:40 a.m. on Thursday. This has resulted in the loss of supply currently being experienced across the network. The company said in a statement signed by Emeka Eze, head of corporate communications. Due to this development, the distribution company said all its interface (TCN) stations are out of supply and it will be unable to provide service to customers of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu and Imo State. Voila. Well, where are we going in this country?
We are going where we are going. Because
I don't understand.
There's no destination.
Once we are seeing greatness like this, something will tarnish the greatness.
It's just that you guys don't want to follow what I'm saying. People don't want to follow what I'm Even this thing happens within our immediate family. Once you're overhyping something or somebody, go and notice that person.
But in some other part of the world, let's say in Europe, there are some countries that when they celebrate,
don't say other country. This is Nigeria.
Hey, your mom.
Niger area. This is Nigeria. You don't hype. Once you hype, you just see that the flame, the fire that was going up, that was burning,
what could
you
have
just
happened?
start seeing it diminishing, going down like that.
What could have happened to this this collapse? I don't
What
understand.
has been happening when I can remember during the regime of former president of Nigeria then, Muhammadu Buhari.
Yeah.
So it was like 4 times that the national grid collapsed now.
I think they should have found a better solution to this.
If they find solution, how would they get the money that they are collecting?
Well, we are on standby awaiting detailed information of the collapse and restoration of supply from the National Control Office Center, NCC, Oshogbo. It said the General Manager, Public Affairs at the TCN, Ndidi Umba, told the news Thursday morning that the public will soon be updated about the development.
Me, I said something. I said, Nigeria, it's just that we don't get our problem. When I asked somebody that, how do we generate light in Nigeria? The person told me that our light is majorly generated from water.
Yes.
See
it has been confirmed.
See the number of water. Should I start counting the number of rivers that we have in Nigeria? It is enough to supply us for the rest of Nigeria's lifetime.
No, it's not just river. You know, we need a dam. We need a dam.
Every Kanji dam is there.
It's not enough. Nigeria is bigger than Kanji Dam.
It's, because I don't understand. You say we generate from water.
No,
now, national grid has collapsed. Blackout, obviously.
That is the reason why we are using Niger's dam too.
When the national grid did not collapse, they don't have lights. Now, national grid has now collapsed. Another excuse. We are lightless. They will not be in darkness.
But to be sincere, you know, there are some communities in Nigeria that have since, like, let me say 50 years ago, they've not witnessed anything like NEPA lights, the electricity in their town. And this blackout that is happening just now, I don't think it's going to affect them. It will just be like, you know, collaboration.
Nothing. You are coming to join us. We have some villages. Did I say villages? Yeah, some areas in the southwest here too that they can't even remember the last time they saw light in their bulb. So if they now tell you that if such a person has the opportunity to hear a news on his or her phone or anything, and there is national grid collapse, and they won't be like when the thing did not collapse, when have we enjoyed the light? So it's just like this kind of thing that you have light. Everybody has light in your environment, in your compound. NEPA now took light. You have to first of all come outside and check that.
No,
not We have this bad thing that it can't only be my light that NEPA will take away. I have to check my environment too, whether if it is general, now you're like, show. But if it's not general, you start looking at, oh yeah, let's look for solution, let's look for all these things. So it's the way Nigerians, the way we are brought up. May this suffering and smiling this thing also is also.
Well, I think federal government should be able to do something fast about the blackout, because a country like Nigeria is not supposed to be witnessing things like this.
Africa.
I'm telling you. Let's move on to the next one, talking about the slain soldiers having, you know, backup by the federal government of Nigeria, talking about their immunity. But I love this news because it's a good thing. You know, we've been losing a lot. When it comes to our soldiers, we've lost a lot of them.
They even sacrifice their lives a lot for the country.
Exactly.
Let's be sincere.
But then, slain soldiers, over 6,000 family members to get insurance claims. No fewer than 6,732 relatives of personnel of the Nigerian Army will benefit from the group life insurance claims ordered by the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It is one thing to say. It is another thing to carry out. Is there assurance that these people will get this insurance that you're talking about?
Talking about this, they are going to get it, because you know our president is talk and do president. He doesn't talk without doing it.
I am not saying you know, if the president, it's not that the thing is going to come from the president to the family of the slain soldiers. Don't let us get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to go like process.
Exactly.
Processing. So that's what I'm saying. Is there assurance that these people are going to get, and if they get, is there assurance that they are going to get everything?
Well, since it's insurance, there must be assurance. Okay. You understand? The beneficiaries are relatives of those who killed, while in service between 2011 and 2022. The Director, Army Public Relations Brigade General Onyema Nwachukwu disclosed this during an interview with our correspondent on Wednesday. He said there are about 6,732 beneficiaries of group life insurance, this between 2011 and 2022. The Chief Army of Staff, late General Taurid Lagbaja, I said late. Lieutenant,
may not be late.
I'm sorry for that. Taurid Lagbaja had on Wednesday disclosed that Tinubu had directed all pending group life assurance payments owed to the families of the party personnel be paid without delay.
You see, all these people in uniforms, all these, be it
soldiers,
naval officer, be it soldiers, be it army, be it police officer. I don't think these people should be lacking anything monetarily. Because these people are really sacrificing a lot. You know, is it me that you will tell to come and Facebook around the Sambisa first? I'll tell you I want to go.
You know, we are not even talking about them. Their family, when they are
that's what I'm saying. For that person to leave Israel because they are females too amongst all these soldiers.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
For such a person to leave Israel family, I can remember vividly watching all this coming back home of soldiers after going for war and coming to meet their families.
It's so touching.
And a friend bringing out his friend's car that died while at war. You get all this kind of thing. And at the end of the day, you see that the government is not even taking care of all these people the way they should. They really need to do it. If they are ready, they need to pay this thing seriously.
But I think on this news, this is to state that it is real. And they are going to give
honestly,
them,
because sacrificing your time, your service,
energy,
and leaving your
everything.
family behind. You cannot ask me as a soldier. I'm sorry, sir.
But you know, as you said, it is good to say. But Nigerians do make fake promises. You know, when it comes to things like this, they will just put it in news.
That's why I say it is a thing to say. It is another thing to carry out. Now you start hearing some families coming out and say, "We did not collect anything." No. Do you want to know if they collected it or not?
Well, the Army chief noted that the insurance companies did not pay the claims because premiums were being owed. He said the president had cleared all the backlogs in a bid to bring respite to the families of the late personnel. Lagbaja said, "We have a backlog between the year 2012 and 2022 when claims were not paid and some people died in the course of service to the nation. So the insurance companies don't have the liberty to pay claims for the premiums not paid, and that is why the federal government took it upon itself at this stage to discharge that backlog and bring relief to the families of our departed colleagues.
They really need to do it. See, I don't blame all these armed men you see on the road. They will just say that soldier now go there, yeah. They no be their fault. Okay, now when there was fuel scarcity, removal of fuel subsidy.
Yes.
That I heard then that the federal government increased their food allowances from 1,000 naira
to 1,200 naira. What a good price.
Serving, I don't understand. Holding gun, 1,200 naira. What for? Even me that I'm not holding gun. That my duty is just to come here, talk, and just
I know how much you use.
I know how much I use in eating. Not talk of somebody carry a whole AK-47 or anything. I think the government really need to do this thing.
Well, in the comment section, Banjo Princess says, Odunayo, well done, guys. And it says, blackout in Nigeria. No be like blackout in Nigeria be like normal things. Suffering don't be like norms.
May suffering not be like norms.
So I beg, let's keep praying for this country.
My last thing does say suffering and smiling. We thought he was joking there.
I said, Orilu Arotimi says Nigeria with fake promises. That's what we are talking about. Now, military personnel, they suffer pass for this country. They earn peanuts. And when we expect love from them with their lives as stakes. Now, why them? They always they aggressive. Orilu Arotimi then said, it's now they want to compensate the family of fallen heroes. At least they still remember to compensate.
No, they still remember until they do it. Before I know they've done it, they remember that they want to do it, but they've not done it. Don't let them put two things that are not the same together.
They are still aiming to do it.
They are still planning. They've not done it. My Banjo Princess says, and the suffering their family goes through after their demise is terrible. Such can't happen in UK, Sha. That's UK.
Now you cannot compare UK
You can't compare children with children. If you compare children with children, you will kill one for one. So, don't compare.
All right, let's move on to the next one we are going to be talking about is about this ASUU and parents protesting on Varsities hike in fees. See, before we even
go into that news, my own question is, excuse me, sirs, excuse me, mass in powers. Please, why are you increasing Varsities tuition fee?
You see, before we go to Varsities, do you actually know that this thing, they didn't even talk about the grassroots education, talking about primary and secondary level. If you know the amount some schools are collecting from parents now,
you see, I'm not concerned about these Varsities because I attended a state university.
Okay.
And basically, virtually all the buildings in that school were from TED fund. It's not as if you use your money building anything. And you just come from 10,000, you are saying a student will be paying 70,000. Increment of how much? Now you are coming from 19,000 to 190,000.
That was what brought about.
I had that of OHU yesterday. Their fees has been increased. A younger sister of mine just gained admission, and when she gave me the bill, I was like, wait till I beg no go school. Come work.
Simple. That is it.
Just for 100 level. You are paying almost 500,000 for what?
Well, ASUU parent protests as more Varsities hike fees as tertiary institutions across the country begin a new session next week. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, parents and students started protests as more Varsities continue to hike their fees amid a worsening economy. ASUU, as well as the associations of parents and students, warn about the likelihood of mass dropouts of students following the hikes in fees by the universities across the country. The union was worried about the development just as apprehensive parents expressed concerns over the implication of the fee hike for their children and awards in public tertiary institutions.
See, one thing I just think they should do is now, because what federal government wants to use against this ASUU is what they did when they went for that 8-month strike.
Okay.
No work, no pay.
No pay, no work, no salary.
One way I just feel they should do is they should be going to work. It's the student that should go on the strike.
Simple.
If the student go on strike, I think federal government will have this, because if ASUU should go on strike, their 8-month salary, I'm not sure they've been paid. And you want to embark on another one now. obviously they will say
although ASUU are not talking about strike yet, they
but
are just...
I think the students and the parents have a lot to do in this one now.
Yes.
I remember one time that Uniben's school tuition fee from 11,000, I think they added 3,000 or how much.
The students didn't go to class.
They spoil school.
That's what
I said,
we have a lot of students that are paying this fee by themselves.
Excuse me, I said 11,000, add additional 3,000, and you guys are going on protest. What about we? From 40,000 to 60,000 to 70,000, and all we just is that what we go do?
You cannot compare the economy of them to now.
Now it's now harder.
Well, the national president, ASUU, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, frowned on the fee increases, noting that the university is not a profit-making commercial center. The management of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, announced a new school fee regime on Wednesday. The decision, according to a communique released by the university's public relations officer, Abiodun Olariwaju, was taken by the school senate at its emergency meeting held on Tuesday. The statement disclosed that fresh students in the faculties of arts, law, and humanities will pay 151,200 naira, while returning students of the same faculties would pay 89,200 naira.
I beg, how much I take finish school?
151,000.
How much did I pay before I finish school?
And aside this fee, do you know that it is let me say for the rentals for the rent of houses and hostels, that money is different from this money that we're talking about.
That one is even annoying me on its own.
151,000.
Now I'll pay 151,000 as a fresher. Excuse me, sir.
Even the returning students, they are paying 89,200 naira.
Something is going on with our country. We don't just know, honestly. Or probably we know that something is actually wrong, but we are not ready to take cognizance that something is actually wrong. Because I don't know why your children are not schooling here. It's fine, it is accepted. You chose to take them back to where they would be, and that you did that because you have this money in abundance. But there are many people out there. Most parents are saying the fact that I did not go to school does not mean my own children should not go to school.
Telling you.
I am not educated. I want my children to be educated. Now they are striving. They are taking all their time, their money, their resources to make sure that these children go to school, and all you are still doing is you want to deprive them of going to that school.
The most annoying part is after the whole spending, after the
no job
time, no job. Just imagine the amount of years we are using to educate ourselves in Nigeria. From primary school 6 years, secondary school 6 years, that's 12 years.
Did you see a young guy that was hawking a bottled water in
the way he was advertising that bottled water?
This guy is a learned guy, an educated guy.
But I think his life has changed in the viral video.
If not for grace, if not that, should I say, is your time to is your time to do exploit or anything? Who would have noticed him?
I'm telling you. Well, according to the findings of our news reporters, it was indicated that returning students in faculties of art, law, and humanities are as of the last academic session paid 20,100 naira. So from 20,100 naira, now you have to pay 89,200 naira.
A federal university, not a state, not a private.
According to the management, new students being admitted into the College of Health Sciences and Faculty of Pharmacy are to pay 190,000 naira, 200.
They should saw me to 200,000.
While returning students who paid 28,100 naira in the last academic session will cough out 128,000 naira. Hey, God of mercy.
This is a federal university. Not every parent are always wanting their ward to go to a federal university because their fee is less, cheaper. But now it seems this fee in federal university is already chasing people away now.
What is the meaning of the federal school there?
From 20,100 to 2. I beg the comment section.
Well, thank God I don't go school, I don't finish.
Badger President said, and it will still be peanut money because some corrupt officers will have caught the money before it reached them. That's about the slain stuff.
Slain soldiers.
The school fee increase matter no be small thing, no. Government institution for that matter. I was expecting the shaft since they said they want to be giving students loan. Imagine someone paying 20,000 naira now paying 200,000 naira. Pekele. Arugbo Jebese. Who go pay? Ode Jimmy Sherifa said, keep the good work.
Thank you so much.
Banjo President said, if government is doing this for education, which we expect to be free, and we are blaming citizens for hike in prices on foodstuff and others, they don't want average Nigerians to get education anymore. Strategy against future, so their children can keep ruling. If government institutions are this costly, what should we now say about private institutions?
There is sense in this comment. You know, if we can't afford education, there are children that is, studying in abroad. They will now come back to be ruling us in every, every aspect.
There is no time that military will not take over in this Nigeria.
I don't want that, my sister. Well, humanities, the fresh students will pay 151,200 naira, while returning students of the same faculties will pay 89,200 naira. For those on the faculty of technology and science, the new students will pay 163,200 naira, and the returning students of the same faculties are to pay 101,200 naira. In addition, the new students being admitted into the faculty in the College of Health Sciences and the Faculty of Pharmacy are to pay 190,200 naira and 128,200 naira for the returning students respectively.
You see, you are mentioning the amount. I was laughing. My question is, what's the 200 naira doing on it?
It is task. It's for task, yes.
Okay.
They are going to remove charges. That's the charges.
Out of all that money, they will still remove charges. It is well.
Banjo say, even Sidonje, they call the money and it is smile. Why I don't go smile? Because I've been looking at it like, what's in the soft go? Like, I don't even understand.
It is well.
Well, let's move on to the next one because if we should continue with this hike price of school fee, it's going to cost wahala. Because I remember when I was in school, I know the amount I paid.
You were saying, thank God that you've already finished. You don't have younger ones that are still going to school.
I have them. My pikin self go still go school now.
Who go suffer?
Well, the next one we are going to be talking about is the proposed strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC).
Those ones, they do. I don't. Those ones, they are. I don't want to even reason their matter because I see them as. I don't know. I don't want to use.
They are not.
I see them as some set of serious people too.
They are not. They don't know what.
They've gone on this thing like 3 times.
No, that's warning strikes. They've been on warning strike, but this one I think is an indefinite strike. Well, the proposed strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress will be counterproductive if it goes ahead. Private employers of labor cautioned yesterday. According to them, the NLC should seek better opportunities for its. They should seek better opportunities. Well, I think this news, before I go into this next thing I want to talk about, I think we should talk about it. Now, if NLC go on strike, employees said they are not ready.
They are not ready because they know that NLC is not serious with what they want.
Okay, so what would they now do? They will suspend the strike again or what?
The strike will hold. You can remember the one they did, the last one they did. TUC did not join. They say they are not doing.
Exactly.
Because even NLC itself is not firm on its decision.
Well, according to them, the NLC should seek better opportunities for its members to caution subsidy removal pain through dialogue with the government. Early in the month, NLC President Joe Ajaero called up workers on a 2-day warning strike, but it attracted mixed compliance on September 5 and 6. Announcing the warning strike, Ajaero, who shunned a meeting called by Labour Minister Simon Lalong, said a total shutdown of the economy would follow in 14 days unless the federal government reversed the pump price of petrol to pre-May 29, among other reasons. The Trade Union Congress, TUC, which declined to join the NLC for the warning strike, opted for a dialogue with the government within 2 weeks. In a September 8 letter to the government, the TUC said it is expecting a response from the government on its proposals. Now, it seems the TUC are interested in this coming strike.
I hope, see, till we got to September 5th, that they wanted to go for the warning strike, TUC were still supporting NLC.
Well,
that they will be going on that warning strike together.
But they didn't go with them.
But later, they did not go with them. Now they are telling me that they will go for...
Well, the NLC has, however, opted to go ahead with its plan to mobilize workers for an indefinite strike. But a former vice president of the NLC, Comrade Issa Aremu, said the industrial action is preventable. Aremu, who is Director General of Michael Imodu National Institute for Labor Studies, MINILS, said strikes are just the means not to an end. The end is improved welfare for working men and women at these challenging times. I know that President Tinubu is concerned about the plight of all. His quotable quote is, "Let the poor breathe." Aremu said Lalong has demonstrated commitment to dialogue with NLC and TUC.
Let the poor breathe.
But we are not breathing. We are not
the
even,
poor are choking.
They are choking, oh, I swear.
See in the comment section, this person, abeg make NLC go strike and stop being unserious. Kilo shele. And the president, now me know how much I dey spend on top transport to work daily now, and no salary. Salary no increase.
That's what I'm talking about. At least let them increase the minimum wage so that the salary can come up a little bit, so people can suppress that one with these palliatives. Oh, yes, they've been talking about palliatives is all this. Have you gotten it?
You see what happened in Ilorin?
They hijacked the bus that was taking palliatives.
My brother, this is Nigeria. Just that if these people are actually ready to do what they want to do, I am not against it. But my own is, you will do 2 days stuff. Somebody will come and do, you will go for another 1 week rest. If you want to go to A country, go to A country. If you want to go to B, don't be in between. Let's know which one you are doing. We know you want the betterment of the poor masses too, but this one now, you went for just how many days rally? Now I'm not even talking about the one strike, the protest that you did in Abuja. And somebody just came out in his agbada and told you, give us 1 week. The 1 week that you requested for them.
He said he came out in agbada.
He came out in agbada. Do you see anybody coming out to address anybody not in agbada?
Oh my goodness.
You don't came out in agbada and was it like just give the house 1 week? 1 week.
Well,
I think left.
I think what is supposed to be done is that the NLC should try and look at their highest officials. They should change their chairman, because I think the chairman is not active. Yes, he's too slow.
You know somebody like this ASUU Oshodeke?
I'm telling you.
If Oshodeke says they are ready to go today,
no time.
Forget about it.
No time.
Well,
talking about the NLC and TUC, we hope that this indefinite strike they want to go on will come up as they said. Honestly. But then, this is where we are going to be ending the show on News Review today. Don't forget that the sponsor for this show is still Nokpa Abbas, and I still remain my humble self, Ahmed Abbas Olatunji. Thank you so much, Odunayo, for joining us on the show. And don't forget, there are so many interesting shows are still coming up on this platform, WYTV. Stay blessed and be good.